Welcome to another episode of Discovery. Roll the intro, please. Welcome to another episode of Discovery. Can you believe we are halfway through November and we have seen some incredible releases this month already, from Paysage to Heaver to the hard-crushing death metal band Molder. I thoroughly enjoyed November's metal albums already. Today is a special episode because our main event for this Discovery is going to be the alternative metal band's Linkin Park's new album From Zero. It's already a divisive album, but you will hear my thoughts on what I thought about Linkin Park's effort in the main event. We are also checking out the eclectic Thigh Catafalque, which will co-main event, and a few other goodies to wrap your ears around. So, before I start this discovery, pop your favourite discoveries in the comments below, and let's start. To kick off Discovery today is an absolute fantastic album that will haunt your very soul. Hailing from my neck of the woods, the one-man band Ancient Guard has released their debut album, Desiderans Dissolvi, on November 15th through under the sign of Garizal Productions. First and foremost, this album is brilliant black metal, delving into the darkest corners of the genre. I love every aspect of it. The melodies take center stage, dripping with dark, cold and eerie tones that will send chilling shivers down your spine. The Burzum influences are palpable as Natt, the mastermind behind Ancient Guard, conjures a nightmarish blend of atmospheric, melodic and even symphonic black metal. It's truly nightmare fuel, terrifying to listen to in the dark with headphones on, as if the shadows themselves are whispering malevolent secrets. The interplay between clean guitars and distorted electric riffs creates an unsettling horror vibe that lingers in the air like a thick fog of dread. Natt incorporates spine-chilling black metal shrieks and low guttural death growls, showcasing a dynamic vocal range that adds to the overall sense of unease. Initially, the album may sound like a typical atmospheric black metal offering, reminiscent of like Polish black metal, but as it progresses, Ancient Guard plunges deeper into the abyss, akin to diving into the depths of a forbidden forest, sounding more like it kills and even Bluthaus Nord's latest works. Each song grows darker and more sinister, transforming what is labelled as an atmospheric black metal into an evil, horror-filled experience. A Sunken in Starless Hails is probably my favourite track on the album, thanks to its clean, prominent guitar that seamlessly weaves throughout that haunting melody. I appreciate how this album embraces the atmospheric black metal while incorporating prominent acoustic parts that further enhance the unsettling ambience. A Pallid Relic stands out as another great track, while Reaping the Womb of Night is an absolute banger. The closing track, Chance of the Bones, with its harsh whispers, evokes memories of like Burzum's chilling Skipter. Nightwolf's vocals are nothing short of fantastic, and the guitars are drenched in melancholy that clings to your spirit like a shadow. So to kick off the scores for this week, I'm giving this Aussie band an 80%. It's a solid black metal album from start to finish, and I loved every second of it. Dive into this abyss and check it out if you dare. The Pennsylvanian avant-garde death metal band Veilburner has unleashed their 7th studio album Duality of Decapitation and Wisdom on November 15th through Transcending Obscurity Records. If you revel in the bizarre and abominable realms of avant-garde death metal, this album will surely delight your cravings. It's peculiar and downright terrifying to listen to, a cacophony of grotesque sounds that will claw at the edges of your sanity. This avant-garde death metal is, in its most repulsive form, infused with elements of black metal and even fucking noise, and grind against each other like rusted gears in a decaying machine. Overall, this album is a twisted journey that made me turn my head in disbelief. It's packed with technical and progressive flares, thunderous drums that pummel your very core, and demonic vocals that sound like they've been ripped from the depths of a hellish abyss. If you appreciate bands such as Entourage, Portal, even Imperium Triumphant, and even Ad Nauseam, you'll find yourself really enjoying this grotesque feast. There's a suffocating layer of atmosphere on this album that feels dark and oppressive. The guitars emit a crashing, distorting tone that gnaws at your senses, while the vocals are utterly bizarre, yet somehow fitting for this nightmarish environment. Cold, brooding death metal straight from the bells of hell. Every track flows like a rancid river. But my favourite tracks would have to be the self-titled Parts 1 and Part 2, featuring spiralling manic guitar licks that create a dense atmosphere and an inescapable claustrophobic feel. The songwriting is commendable in its own twisted way, and I thought this was a solid album. Is it as good as the other death metal offerings released this year? Well, it is certainly engaging. I wouldn't go as far as to say it ranks among the best. It's a solid album from start to finish, taking you on a ghostly, haunting ride through a labyrinth of spiraling melodies, thunderous evil percussion, and eerie synths that rage throughout. I'm giving this a solid 70%. It's good avant-garde death metal, but not great. While it may be chaotic and disorientating at times, much of it lacks memorability, and other bands are undoubtedly doing this type of grotesque death metal better. We switch things up now, returning to melodic black metal with a band called Spider God and a new album, Possess the Devil. It was released on November 15th through Repose Records. Take a listen. One word to sum up, losing my voice. One word to sum up is this album is fun. It's enjoyable for a reason. This album doesn't take itself too seriously. Dare I say this is the most fun black metal album of the year. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. There are killer riffs throughout, black and roll elements, and some of the most insane vocals you could ever fucking hear in black metal. At times it sounds like it's hurting him how vicious his vocals are, but the upbeat tempo, shredding solos, and crisp production elevate this to a very good melodic black metal album for 2024. A very good modern black metal album. Although I typically prefer my black metal to be a bit more melancholic and evil sounding, this album goes in the complete opposite direction, delivering 10 abrasive riff-heavy songs that run around 40 minutes of sheer intensity. Chroma Culture is a fantastic way to kick things off. Then you have the melodic Star Crusher, where he screams out the title, Star Crusher! And the heavy riffs hit like a black metal breakdown. Star Crusher! It's impossible not to bang your head along. There are some nice underlying synths on this album that add a melodic touch. To the Furnace is a hard-hitting, catchy song, while The Wolf is another fiery, energetic track. You got Casablanca, feels a bit repetitive compared to other songs, but it's still pretty good. I feel the first half of the album is slightly stronger than the second half. Some songs have so much friggin' potential that they end up feeling cut short. I wanted this album to breathe a bit more, incorporating soft and somber moments now and again could break up the heaviness. However, this ultimately just intense, melodic, fun black metal that I generally enjoyed. The songwriting is really good, though some songs can sound a bit similar to one another. That said, it doesn't detract from the innovative riffs you get on this album. So for Spider God and their album Possess the Devil, I'm scoring around 75%. It's a very good album with some really catchy melodic songs paired with sandpaper. I'm talking about sand fucking paper. Harsh vocals that sound painfully intense.
We all hope that you're alive and well.
You can't catch me.
We move on to the Norwegian black metal band Djevel, which released their new album Natt till Ende on November 15th through Aftermath Music. Take a listen. I had the privilege of seeing Djevel live at Inferno Festival last year in Oslo, and they were one of my favourite acts of the weekend. I've always enjoyed Djevel for their dark and atmospheric sound, and Natt till Ende is no different. With its dark tremolo riffs, thunderous percussion, and the great brooding atmosphere, Djevel, if that's how you pronounce it, once again delivers a solid release. There's not much more I can say about this album other than it's really good. It's nice to see that they experimented on this album with Invita Efter Komma, standing out for its ethereal cathedral vibes paired with fantastic clean vocals. It feels like a doomy laden song incorporating many elements from gothic and even doom metal. Then there's a self-titled track, The Closer, which is 14 minutes of black metal excellence. I love the melodies on this piece. The songwriting is terrific. The mid-paced tempo songs that build up to even faster sections, making the experience more energetic. You find yourself nodding along throughout the entire album as the melodies washed over you like an evil-infested wave, taking your soul. Bespottelsen is another great track, while Under Naddens Fane I Fandens Pracht is simply majestic, brimming with atmosphere. This is exactly what you want with atmospheric black metal. Dynamic riffs and synths that enhance the overall ambience and epic feel. It's a very good album. With this new Djevel release, I'm scoring it around 80%, man. It's a great album from start to finish. Featuring really good production that still sounds organic with raw elements complementing the polished aspects at times. I love the tone of the guitars and drums, the nice reverb on the snare, and the vocals, which are always excellent. So it gets an 80%. Catafalque, the Hungarian avant-garde black metal band, has released their 12th studio album, an album I cannot pronounce, but I'll put the title on the screen right here. It was released on November 15th through Season of Mist. This album is pretty good. I'm a bit late to the party with Catafalque. I discovered the band through their amazing album Vatic. This new release is as weird as it gets for Catafalque, but it's still a really good record. It features a beautiful folky section, harsh, hard-hitting black metal segments, saxophones, trumpets, and just about everything else you can think of, even your back kitchen sink. Thomas doesn't shy away from his creativity on this album, and it clearly shows. There are some great progressive flavors, shredding solos, keyboard solos, and ethereal synths throughout. The mix between clean and harsh vocals is really well done, showcasing excellent songwriting. The first half of the album is heavier than the second part, and the female vocalist involved on this album has a beautiful angelic voice that adds an atmospheric quality to certain sections, providing a unique touch to the Catafalque sound. The song Mindanevo has everything from black metal to progressive metal, even featuring some nice saxophones at the end. Alahulas is another standout track. I love how tumultuous it is with a catchy chorus that sounds very alternative. Vakund is a slow build incorporating beautiful folky elements with the vocals soaring cleanly throughout the song, gradually becoming heavier with crushing riffs towards the end. The self-titled track is fantastic. I really enjoyed Thomas's clean vocals on this one, and it's even a disco vibe. It even has a disco vibe throughout some of the songs. You can tell they had so much fun creating this album, culminating in a very interesting conclusion with the track Babylon. Is this their best album? I don't think so, but it's fun and energetic. While it features less black metal than some of the previous releases, it remains solid overall. I'm scoring this around 80%. A lot of 80% this discovery. It's not quite as good as Vadak, which I thought was amazing, but it's still a very solid album. And now our main event for this week's discovery is a big one. Honestly, just a few months ago, I wouldn't have believed that I would be featuring this band on Discovery. We're talking about the refreshed Linkin Park and the new album from Zero, released November 15th through Warner Records. When The Emptiness Machine was released to the world, I was blown away by their new sound. Linkin Park was one of my favourite bands during my childhood years before I fully immersed myself into metal, and they played a significant role in helping me to explore the genre further. When Chester Bennington passed away in 2017, I think, millions of fans, including myself, were heartbroken. It felt like Linkin Park was dead once Chester left. However, there were whispers and rumors around June indicating that they might be cooking up something new. Then behold the release of The Emptiness Machine, which showcased their new lead singer, Emily Armstrong. I was absolutely blown away. She is a perfect fit. She's a perfect fit for Linkin Park. Her voice bears a striking resemblance to Chester's, making it feel like a match made in heaven. Emily sounds fantastic on the new Linkin Park album, and her screams are nothing short of amazing. This album is quite heavy for Linkin Park, featuring crushing guitar tones and fantastic production. Mike Shinoda delivers great flows in his raps, and he seamlessly collaborates well with Emily Armstrong. I love the aggression he incorporates into his delivery. This is their heaviest album since The Hunting Party, and there are moments that literally made my jaw drop, showcasing how extreme Emily can get with her vocals. Many of these songs pay homage to the early days of Linkin Park, reminiscent of the sounds found in Hybrid Theory and Meteora. The album retains that signature sound while incorporating new metal elements complete with disc scratches, heavy riffs, and catchy melodic hooks that make you want to bang your head along to the music. Heavy as the Crown is a fantastic track from start to finish. Emily utilizes her vocals beautifully, and some parts sound reminiscent of Giving Up, especially that elongated scream she produces. Just what you asked for! The album also features softer songs like Over Each Other, which that music video is so powerful, and Overflow, which leans more towards that poppy sound by Linkin Park, more like that One More Light era. and even Overflow, which highlight her incredible vocal range. Her clean vocals are close to dynamic, adding a new dimension to Linkin Park's sound. I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of you have mixed feelings about this album, but there are some truly fantastic tracks on it. You have to admit that Linkin Park is a changed band with Emily in the lead role, but they still sound like Linkin Park. There are hard-hitting songs like Casualty and Two-Face Caught in the Middle, which harness the energy of Hybrid Theory, while Cut the Bridge has a raw tone, especially with the organic sounding percussion that I absolutely love, and that song is fucking fun. Cut the bridge! They are literally starting from zero on this, and they're here to tell you that the new Linkin Park isn't going anywhere. I have hope that with Emily on lead vocals, they will continue to release new albums every 2 to 3 years. I Gave You Everything I Had is another standout track, and Good Things Go provides a beautiful way to close off the album. I appreciate how they incorporate synths in the background, creating sounds that still feel quintessentially Linkin Park even without Chester. In my opinion, this album is a light years better than One More Light. You can't really compare the two. I listened to One More Light again last night, and I said, yeah, like From Zero is so much better than One More Light. You don't get those stupid chipmunk sounds that you got from One More Light. That album was a disgraceful Linkin Park. I don't care. Linkin Park has found their sound again and reignited a new flame on this album. While One More Light leaned more towards pop, we can't forget that chipmunk sound from that album. From Zero is light years better than One More Light. Like I said, it's fantastic from start to finish. I couldn't stop listening to it. I've listened to it so many times. You can hear that they're having fun again, especially when Mike playfully says to Emily after Overflow, "Get your screaming pants on again." That moment truly captures the spirit of the album. There's so much fun there's so much personality infused in this record, and I love it. One thing is, I kind of wish the album was a little bit longer. It seemed like this album, they were sort of playing it safe. They were rediscovering their old sound. I'm scoring this 80%. Yes, it's fantastic, but I would have liked the album, again, to be a bit longer with a few more songs. All the tracks are fun and energetic, but after such a long hiatus, it would have been great to have a few more. So it gets an 80%. So guys, that's it for Discovery. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below your favourite discoveries in the comments below. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.